to Toy Business Unboxed, your gateway to the secrets of the toy industry. Here, Jason Shea, a toy entrepreneur and expert in the field.
Every product we develop is really inspired by some of the real life experience that we have with our son.
60% of all toys last year were sold on Amazon, which is incredible.
Be passionate about it because it's a road, it's a journey.
Like when you have an idea that you think is like gonna somewhat like change the world, make things better, I'd say go for it.
We'll guide you through the enchanting world of toy design, marketing, and manufacturing. Now let the unboxing begin.
Welcome back to another episode of Toy Business Unboxed. Today we're talking with Jordan, a creative powerhouse whose side project became a published game. From childhood baking session to restaurant jobs to PR works, even editing for magazines. Jordan really has honed her craft and discovered her very unique niche, which is celebrating food through art. And that passion really involved into the current card game that he also represents, which was launched back in 2024. And now it's sold in multiple stores across the country. So thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today, Jordan.
Thank you so much for having me, Jason.
Yeah, so first, if you can take our audience back to the beginning, what kind of sparked the idea for the card game, and like why do you even started way back as a side project?
Yeah, I'm going to take you really far back. I think that this sort of explains a lot about me.
Sure.
One day when I was a senior in high school, me and my dad sat down. I had been accepted to an art college. I got like a really nice scholarship, but I was also accepted to a state school. And the plan with going to the state school, University of Oregon, was to study business.
Okay.
And I really wanted to go to the art school. I was like, wow, I could go up to Seattle. It's also very expensive. Even with that scholarship, it was going to cost way more than going to the state school. And my dad talked me into business school. And for all the artists out there, it was the best decision we could have made together.
Okay.
You know, I had some hurt feelings at the time, but I've been able to pour myself into my art after college and have so many more skills in understanding how to run a business, how to run a marketing campaign, get connections, networking, and like Drawn Hungry is an example of how I'm able to like bring those two worlds together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And how did the idea even came about?
So I had been doing these mini art collections for about a year. I did some coloring books, some different screen printed products. I was going to different art markets. I had done face painting. I was just sort of like trying a lot of different things, seeing what felt right. What did I enjoy doing? What was I good at? And one of the last projects I worked on was a calendar featuring this sort of like universe of foodie rabbits.
Okay.
I myself have a pet bunny at home. And it was a great way for me to sort of be like, oh, I can build a little universe with my art. I can create a product and sort of like create this entry point into like the way that I see the world. And I was like, I'm ready to take all this experience and pour it into like a single product or service that I can really just devote my whole self to. I don't need to try and like reinvent the wheel every 3 months with a new collection. I'm ready to just like really focus in. I created 3 different paths that I could see myself going down, writing books, doing murals, or creating a card game. And I thought of a card game because I had the skills in Adobe, in publishing, I knew that I was capable of creating all those assets and managing the manufacturing process, which that is its own can of worms.
Yeah, for sure. Oops, I think I just lost you. We'll wait for you to come back in a few minutes here. Oops, I think. Okay, I can see you back now.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, so you were talking about the manufacturing process. Yeah.
We can get into that. I was not prepared for game manufacturing in China,
Ah,
but
okay. Yeah.
I did actually have like most of the skill set to make it happen,
Mhm.
using my design process knowledge from entrepreneurship program in college, helped me in developing the game. And then I was in like first grade when the Pokemon phenomenon hit. And I was like, I loved Pokemon. I had the Game Boy Color, like yellow. Like that was one of my favorite Christmas memories, opening that up. But the trading card game was huge, but me and my cousins could never actually figure out how to play it. And so
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, I just want to try and come up with a game that like me and my friends would love to play. Like you
I
could
see.
basically pick up the cards and sort of like figure it out on your own.
Okay.
Um, uh, but that was sort of like my initial spark. I thought of combining Chopped with Apples to Apples.
Okay.
Chopped, the TV show, which was one of my favorite shows to watch. I would always think about like what would I make with that basket of ingredients that the chefs were working with. And Apples to Apples was like our sleepover game of choice when I was a kid. And so
Okay.
sort of like all those different sources of inspiration came together in
I
coming
see.
up with Drawn
And
Hungry.
you did all the design yourself as well, or like who else is involved in this project?
No, it's 100% me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. It's a lot of work,
yeah.
doing it all by yourself. So,
The artwork alone, we estimate took over 1,000 hours.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's not including play testing. It's not
Yeah,
including, like discussions with manufacturing. That's not marketing, just
yeah.
artwork alone.
It's artwork. Okay.
1,000 hours. I was
Oh,
at
wow.
my house for a year and a half and I did not leave.
I see. So, well, for those listeners that or audience that don't know about your games, I think you have a samples. You can kind of explain how the game's being played and maybe showcase some of the element inside the games.
Yes. So this is the product here. I love this top. So the way that Drawn Hungry works is there are 3 different decks of cards. So we have our special occasions.
Okay.
There are dish cards. And then we have our ingredient cards. There is 170 in there.
Oh,
And they're
wow, okay. A lot.
all different.
Okay. Yeah.
So you are preparing meals for different special occasions using the dish and ingredient cards as your inspiration.
Yeah.
Every round, you start out with one player who is the designated head chef.
Okay.
So they're sort of like the judge, comparably in Apples to Apples.
Yeah.
And the head chef starts out by choosing a special occasion card and then a random ingredient from the deck that is now the round's secret ingredient.
Okay.
All the other players have their own hand of 5 ingredient cards and 5 dish cards.
Okay.
And they must prepare a meal for the special occasion and include the secret ingredient somewhere in their meal.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
get 5 minutes to prepare your meal, have discussion, chat about, whatever you're thinking. And then after the 5 minutes are up, all the players go around and present their meals to the head chef. Storytelling, sort of like selling your meal, is a big part of the experience.
Okay.
And then the head chef will choose their pick of the bunch to win the round based off of like how well does it meet the special occasion, the flavors, creativity. They could even come up with their own secret judging criteria
Okay.
to help them, narrow the field, figure out who's the winner. And then whoever wins gets points, which you can see on the bottom of the cards there.
Okay.
There's a point value. So you get points based off of the ingredients and dishes that you were able to include in your meal. And then you continue playing rounds until one player gets 25 points or more.
Oh, 25 points. And how many players usually?
We recommend 3 to 10, and if you
Oh,
get
oh,
like
okay. Yeah.
8, 9, 10 players, you're only playing to 18 points.
Yeah.
But I find that a group of like 4 to 6 is really a sweet spot where you're getting through the game a little bit faster.
Mhm.
But I've played with groups even where I've sort of like I highly encourage house rules in my game. So like however you really want to play it at home, love
Mm.
that. I've played with groups of up to like 12 or 13 and we're still having a great time. It just, it takes a while to get through everyone's presentation at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah. That's so many people. I see,
Mhm.
I see. Interesting. And like, what are some of the feedback that you got from the customers so far with the game?
I have had people come up to me and be like, "This is just the most delightful game. Thank you for making this." People love just the way that this game evokes conversation and getting to know each other, and it's meant to um, get you talking about like the occasions or like how do you relate to it.
Mm.
If it's a beachside breakfast, like when's the last time you went to the beach? How, like, what do you like to eat at the beach? And
Mm.
just, it's this really great tool for conversation and getting to know people, which was really my goal, in
Ah,
the
I see.
whole time.
I see. Got it.
Hmm.
And I know there's so many different cards. Each of the card in the greeting card, you all have its own different design. That's why it
Yes,
took so long.
it is definitely why it took so long.
Yeah.
So, like, we've got a rack of lamb, we got macadamia nuts, we got tomatillos. In total, there's 320 unique designs in the game.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I could not hire someone to do this for me. So this was definitely
Mm.
a passion project.
I see. So, and I know you're juggling that like part time and also like working on other project on the weekends and the evening as well. How long does this project took you from like the idea to finally having the product ready to publish?
It was exactly 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
So,
Okay.
yep, November 22 is when I came up with the idea, and November 24 is when product was delivered here to my garage.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I see. And did you also did a Kickstarter campaign for the product as well?
I did. It was in July of 23. So there was about a year and change between the Kickstarter project and delivering product.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't recommend that to folks. As an artist, I just want to get the thing made. I wanted to, like, I had this idea for my PR of sort of like building buzz. Um, Being on the other side of that, I would not recommend running a Kickstarter over a year before you have product ready to deliver.
Oh, what will you be your recommendation then? Launch it a little bit later or?
I would say have all your assets ready.
Mhm.
I still had well over 150 cards to illustrate at that point.
Oh, whoa, that's still a lot left.
Still a lot
Okay.
left.
Yeah.
I definitely was very hasty, very excited to get it out there, and
Mhm.
it's great. Like I got my account with Uncommon Goods from running that campaign.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I see. Yeah.
yeah, I was able to get people really excited. I created essentially prototype packs as one of the levels for the game and get that out there. So folks were playing it, sharing it with their families. They were
Mhm.
understanding the mechanics and sort of having that experience of playing the game before the
Okay.
final product was ready.
Okay.
But definitely, like some things I wouldn't repeat if I were to do it again.
I see. And I know you also work in PR and like the editing or editorial field. What are some of the crossover skill set that you were able to took into launching your own games?
hmm Um, you know, being scrappy is really what PR is all about. You are able to turn communication into visibility, is what that comes down to. So
Hmm.
I am able to look through publications, look at bylines, track down the writers of those articles, develop a pitch that is targeted towards what they are interested in, and be able to get some stories out of that. When the game launched in 24, I had a great article in Portland Monthly, which is one of our local magazines here.
Yeah.
And that really helped my sales right off the bat. I got
Oh,
a
okay.
ton of sales out of that coverage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. It makes I have knowledge of like how to collaborate and how to approach people. I have a YouTube series where I get chefs to play Drawn Hungry with me in different delightful destinations.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I've been able to partner with different businesses here that have turned into retail accounts now, Vivian
Oh,
Culinary Books.
okay.
Yeah. So I think that I was able to just see how businesses here, how restaurants, wineries, hotels are able to work with each other in order to boost each other up without spending a ton of money, and be able to sort of like tap into each other's customer bases
Hmm.
in order to boost each other.
I see, I see, I see. And I think in the pre-interview, you also mentioned like social media also play a really big role in your growth.
Hmm.
What is working for you, or what kind of strategy you would like to share with our audience?
Um, you know, social media is the beast that always needs fed. I like that. I think is something that you cannot get away from. And
Hmm.
so however you approach social media, you have to figure out the life balance, the sustainability of how long you're able to keep things going.
Mm,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
looking at social media, I always have um, a sort of this recipe that I look to
Okay, okay.
when developing content to get it out there. First thing is developing content buckets. So, what are the general topics that you can talk about over and over and over again? How can you go back to those buckets,
Hmm.
pull out something that you can take a new spin on and get it out there?
Okay.
Um, you also like no one wants to go to a social media feed and feel like they're just being sold to.
Yes, yeah, that's
You
important.
have Yeah, you have to find like how can I educate people? How can I like entertain? How can I tap into trends?
Mm,
All from like my perspective. And
mm,
so something that really worked for me when I was doing my Kickstarter campaign was something I called my chopped challenge. So I would watch an old episode of the show Chopped, which was one of my sources of inspiration. I
yeah.
would record just like what are the ingredients in this basket, and then sort of like my game, I would come up with a meal and then present that as like what I was doing. So it's a little bit of
Oh, okay.
culture remixing. It wasn't
Hmm.
a lot of money to do that, is basically my HBO subscription
Yeah.
to go record that, share it. And I was consistently doing that like twice a week during that
Oh, okay.
point.
I see.
And, because it had this attachment to something that people knew,
Mhm.
um, it the algorithm like that, people like that, it was able to really get my message out there at that
Mhm.
time.
Yeah, I think the hardest part with social media, and I struggle with this as well, is consistency, like you mentioned, making sure we're posting on a consistent basis. Like for me, I have a social media person that's working on the social media account, but I also want to post more often on my like personal profile, which I wasn't very consistent on.
Yeah,
So sometimes I'll post like a few times in a week, then I don't post for a few weeks at all. And I think, like you say, like sticking to a cadence of posting twice a week and just make it consistent is going to be the key if you want to see any kind of tractions on social media. So
yeah. And, recently I've been struggling with consistency. And I've been using my Drawn Hungry account since 2017.
okay.
Um, it started out as a place where I posted portraits of chefs.
Hmm.
It was really more of an art account at that time, and it's grown and evolved into the card game now.
Hmm.
And so I'm struggling. The algorithm doesn't really know what to do with to me anymore. So I'm actually launching new channels
Yeah.
to sort of start fresh
Oh, you
as
are? Okay.
I'm prepping for the holiday season
I see. I
and
see.
sort of trying something new.
Try
And
something new and
that's
see if you
part
can
of
get
it.
more traction. That's true. That's a good advice to see if you can kind of spice things up a little bit. And I like how you're mentioning about just trying different content. Any tips on balancing between personal content versus like product promotional content to make the social media experience still very authentic?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty private person. I don't like putting a lot of things out there. I don't think people who look at my social media would know that.
Hmm.
Because I do get on there and I sort of have my own perspective on how I talk about things. Like it's great to just talk about like TV shows. You
Mm.
know, I'm talking about Great British Bake Off right now and like watching each episode and getting on stories and just sharing like, oh
I
wow,
see.
that was beautiful, or like, can you believe that they recovered from that like terrible mishap?
Yeah.
And like there's ways that you can highlight your personality without showing all your business.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah.
I see. I see.
I
Yeah.
think it comes down to like knowing your customer.
Hmm.
Whenever I'm like, I have no more gas left in the tank. I have no idea what to talk about. I go back to like my customer profiles, like
Yeah.
who are they? What do they like?
Hmm.
What sort of things do they get excited about? And it's like, oh yeah, maybe they really like housewives and there's like something going on in the housewife universe that I could like play off of. Maybe I like go through their accounts and see like, oh, there's a trending audio. I'm gonna do that. So
Hmm.
there's ways that you can like um, utilize your personality, go back to what you know about your customer, and
Hmm.
create something that is personal without necessarily telling everyone everything about you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that tip. Well, looking back at your journey, what has been the biggest challenge from like doing it as a side hustle to now you're in like retail shelf across multiple store?
Um, there's just a lot of noise out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that everyone can relate to right now. Like
Hmm.
I what is it? Like 5,000 new games get released every year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's just a lot of noise to break through.
Hmm.
And I sometimes I'm like, man, if I would have had this idea a decade ago, it would have been so much easier. But
Hmm.
like I still find in-person interactions is one of the best ways to build my fan base.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going out to food festivals, wine festivals. I was just at Oktoberfest last weekend,
Oh, okay.
running
Are you
demos.
the only game company at there? That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, I
Okay.
am the only game company there, which
Yeah, that's
like,
very unique. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely like people come up to me and they're literally like, "What is going on here? What is this? Play like a chef? I don't see a kitchen anywhere." um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So.
but like I went from like earlier this year, I was really struggling with like showing up at these events and like
Mhm.
at a food festival, people are expecting to do a game demo, and so like handing them cards, they're actually like scared to even hold onto the cards at this event. And so like I've had to develop strategies where I
I
basically
see.
play the game for them in front of them. And like
I
it's
see.
amazing how that get someone excited, and then I'm
Mhm.
like, "Okay, do you wanna play around?" And they're like, "Yes, I do. I actually do." So, like,
Okay, that's a
there's
good
all
way to
these
do it.
different ways where people are, like,
Mm.
almost afraid to engage with new things. They're
Yeah,
overwhelmed with how much is out there. They're like, "Thanks. I have, you know, all the entertainment I could ever want. I don't need a
yeah.
new thing."
Mhm,
But
mhm.
if you find ways to approach people where they're at,
Yeah.
you can get them excited and
Mhm.
sign up for your newsletter, get them to an event, and eventually they're going to make a purchase because they're so excited to share this with their friends and family and be like, here's the cool new thing that I discovered that I want to share with you.
I see. I see. Thank you for sharing that feedback and your experience as well. So, as well, kind of winding down in today's interview, what is next for the company? Any new product, collaboration, or any other new marketing campaign you're working on?
Yeah, I am totally an ideas person. In case you can't tell, I'm excited to do new cool things.
Hmm.
Right now, I am looking at doing sort of like a new edition of Drawn Hungry next
Okay.
year. We'll see if it's next year. I tend to like to be very ambitious with my timeline.
Yeah.
So we might try to make that a 2027
Okay.
execution, but it's going to be called Drawn Hungry Bite Size.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
it's going to be compatible with the core game,
Okay.
but it's going to be a little bit simplified. It's going to be a younger age range. So I'm
Oh,
looking at
okay.
doing like maybe 8, 10, 10 and up. I'm still dialing that in, but it's
Yeah.
going to be a little bit more family friendly. The core game right now is targeted 14 and up.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
but
Okay.
my goal is that it's something that you can get this bite sized version. You
Mhm.
can play it on its own, or you can add it right into the Drawn Hungry core game and like expand the game
Oh,
with
okay.
it.
Okay. So it
So,
can be both. It can be standalone or
mhm,
expansion. Okay, that's a
yeah,
wonderful idea, actually. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So that actually what developed from my demos with people in person as sort of
Mhm.
like I had to simplify the game a little bit to get
Yeah.
people comfortable with it at
Mhm.
first, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this could actually be its own thing. So you
Mhm.
don't know where inspiration is going to strike.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I'm also looking at doing some single card collaborations for
Oh,
the
okay.
holiday season
I
with
see.
some local food makers around the
I
Portland
see.
area.
Okay.
So that's sort of a strategy that I'm working on right now.
How does that work? So you have a card that's designed specifically for that store, and then you just put. Do you create a dedicated version for that store as well, or how does
Yeah,
it?
so if there is like a restaurant that has a signature dish, I can
Yeah.
create an illustration of that dish, um, print
Oh.
it
Oh.
using something like the Game Crafter,
Yes.
um,
Yes. Yes.
and have like a very simple, sort of it's like that seed packet packaging, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then people can get the game. They have that signature dish from the restaurant, and then that card can go right into the game. If you'll notice,
Oh, okay. I see.
there is about an extra inch of space
Yeah.
throughout the core game box, and that's because I designed it for expansions in the future.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. And
Yeah,
that could be also used as a like a promotional material for the restaurant too.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So
mm,
I'm hoping to be able to partner with a restaurant, a hotel, another food maker,
mhm,
highlight their signature event, their signature ingredients,
I see.
um, and that's something that I'm working on with a strategy coach and
Uh,
developing right now.
got it, got it. For most of the dishes, is it mostly European dishes? Any Asian dishes in there?
Oh, there's dishes from all over the world. I
Okay,
wanted the game to have a sense of discovery as
okay.
well as familiarity. So anyone could find something that they know. There's dumplings, there's hot and sour soup.
Oh, okay.
Um, let me see. Of course, like my brain suddenly goes like blank on everything in here. We got
Yeah.
pierogies.
Mhm.
There's paella from Spain.
Oh,
We've
okay. So
got
it's international.
ceviche.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, shakshuka, tadig from Iran.
Oh, I
Um,
see. I see. I see.
yeah.
Thank you.
So I really wanted to make sure that like I have family from India, from the Philippines.
Mhm.
Um, I actually got to like do a play test with my extended family in India, with my in-laws,
Oh,
and
whoa. Okay.
they loved the game. So
Nice
uh,
feedback.
it
So,
was really important to me that like anyone could like come see this game and like find something that they you know feels like home to them.
got it, got it, got it. So, as well, wrapping up today's interview, if you have to share one piece of advice with someone that's getting started within the toys and game industry, what would that be?
build your fan base.
Okay.
Get out there, take your prototype, have a newsletter list, have your social media handles, and just like build your fan base. Get people who are really excited about what you're doing. Let them know about your development process. Just get more and more people behind you, because that's going to help you in everything else, in your Kickstarter, in getting retail accounts, in making sales.
I see. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
And for our listener and audience who will be interested to learn a little bit more about your company and what you are doing, where is the best place for people to find you online?
You can visit drawnhungry.com. I'm at drawnhungry on Instagram, at drawnhungry on YouTube. I really suggest you check out the YouTube channel where I get chefs to play the game with me,
Oh, okay.
and you can really get a sense of like what makes Drawn Hungry special.
Okay, we'll also make sure we include that in the show note. And thank you again so much for your time today, sharing your story and your journey within the toys and game industry.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jason.
You're welcome. And thank you for our audience for tuning in for this episode of Toy Business Unboxed podcast. We hope you have enjoyed the conversation and find it insightful and inspiring. If you like what you have heard, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. We really appreciate your support and would love it if you can leave us a review and share the podcast with your friend and colleague. For more resource tips and the latest update within the toys and game industry, visit our website at toy-launch.com. Join the conversation and connect with us on social media using hashtag ToyBusinessUnbox. We would love to hear your feedback and suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, keep innovating, keep creating, keep bringing joys to toys. This is Jason Shea signing off on the Toy Business Unbox podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.